Good morning. Health is not just the absence of illness, it's about living your best life. It's about feeling vibrant, energetic, and happy. It's about achieving your health goals. So let's embark on this journey together, taking step towards a healthier and happier life. Good morning, all health enthusiasts. Welcome to today's third day of our gut reset journey. My name is Pratima Singh, and I am your host for this session. I hope you have got your diaries, pen ready because today's information is going to be very invaluable. Yesterday, we explored the importance of nutrition and hydration, maintaining optimal gut health. And today, we have someone, he is a true expert in the field, the Director of Innovation and Science leading the emerging market. He is not only incredibly knowledgeable, but also love to share interesting insights related to our health. Please welcome Dr. Shyam Ramakrishnan on our virtual stage. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Pratima, and a good morning to everyone. A beautiful day, and I'm so excited to be here to meet with you here. And today is a very important session, primarily because this talks about one of my favorite topic, which is exercise and the impact of exercise on gut health. Exercise and yoga, of course, on gut health. This is something which I have personally transformed myself with exercise tremendously. I go almost 5 days or 6 days a week to exercise. And so for me, it has been a very transformative for me. So it is so important for us and to understand how exercise changes the gut health. But importantly, along with, so today, actually, Dr. Vidya is going to talk to us about the transformative power of exercise on gut health. And Dr. Vidya, she heads the food technology division for Amway India, and she heads this division out of Chennai with her own lab. And so she is tremendously knowledgeable. She has a PhD from USA. She has multiple masters and multiple publications. So she comes with tremendous knowledge and wisdom. And we are very happy to have her here, and we are very honored to have her here. But before Vidya comes in, I just want to spend just 2 minutes with you on a very interesting research topic which I encountered just 2 days ago. And this was published by National Institute of Health (NIH) in Bethesda. So this Bethesda study, what it showed was calorie restriction. You must have heard of calorie restriction, basically the program in which we need to control our calories to lose weight. But in addition to that, it has some tremendous implications. And these studies have been pretty well known to be successful in animals. But this study for the first time showed that this may be actually an impactful on our human health. So that is why I was excited to share this study with you. So this study, the study came with the idea that if someone reduces their calorie even by 12%, the study aim was to reduce the calorie by 25%. But here they're saying if you reduce the calorie by even 12%, it can trigger some enormous change in our body, and it can change our health, our aging pattern. Right? That is how this study came about. So the participants, when who underwent calorie restriction, lost weight. They also lost muscle. But what was fascinating, and which I can vouch for, they maintained their muscle strength. Think about it. They lost muscle, but they maintained the muscle strength. What does it mean? It means the body underwent an optimization exercise. The body underwent some incredible optimized exercise. And the body's remarkable adaptability and resilience came into play in maintaining your muscle, right? And that is exactly what I observed with myself, right? So not only that, they did muscle biopsies and found that many profound changes at the molecular level, right? At the gene level, they found that the genes which are involved in energy generation, in metabolism, were all going up, right, with this calorie restriction. Right, and inflammation genes were coming down. So it's an amazing study. So I'm very excited to share this study with you, just to take these 2 minutes, because I thought it's so important for our journey when we walk on this journey together. and why it was very important to me when I started this journey with exercise and calorie restriction, calorie control, and same thing what is being shown here. So without much ado, let me bring Dr. Vidya to the stage. And Dr. Vidya, please entertain us with the research.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Dr. Shyam. As today's topic is exercise and yoga, and I love to exercise and do yoga. So it is a very apt topic, and I would love to share the insights on this topic. So let me share my screen. It says here, who can share? Host only. Okay, so host, please share the screen. I'm not able to see the presentation. So I'm sharing my screen now. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
You can keep it in a presentation.
Okay, great. So today's topic is about gut in motion, the transformative power of yoga and exercise. So how many of you have heard of this Sanskrit mantra that, or it's kind of a phrase that we say, Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamule Stagati, Prabhate Karadarshanam. It says Prabhate Karadarshanam. So it's for, the Veda mantra says that in the morning, you have to see your hand. In the same way, I would like you to memorize this mantra, which says Prabhate Gut Moshanam. How is that? How is that in the modern world? To understand how the power of yoga and exercise, you always have to be in motion, in the sense you have to move. And that is a very good reminder for you to keep moving. So early morning, we need to think about this mantra. So how many of you are active? Can you rate yourself today between 1 to 10? Are you 1, which is inactive, a couch potato, or are you 10, a very active person? So you just rate yourself today. It'll help you to understand where you are in the scheme of things. Now, what is the impact of, why you should not be inactive, right? What is the impact on gut? When you're not inactive, your blood circulation is not very good. You don't have blood circulation, all the toxins and everything else, all the metabolites that are, that not metabolites, all the waste is sitting in the blood and it's not being excreted out. So you need to move in order to increase your blood flow. Another thing is there's a lot of pressure on the digestive system and the intestine and everything when you sit, the gut. So when you move, it kind of helps it to function better. And there is a lot of science behind it. So that is why you need to move, not sit for too long. That's the first thing that you need to remember. If you sit for more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes, try and move somewhere or go and get something from somewhere. And what is a big reason behind all of these is because the lymphatic system, which actually helps to excrete many things out of your body, it helps with enhancing, the blood supply to the abdominal organs and all of that. It is actually activated by all these exercises. So what are the 6 main things that we would like you to take away from here, from this slide? Is first of all, you can do deep breathing. As in many yoga, you have pranayama, right? That is a deep breathing exercise. So you have to do deep breathing. That itself moves the diaphragm up and down. And that helps to, get the lymphatic systems going. Similarly, you have to massage your abdomen in a clockwise all the way below the diaphragm. You just massage the abdomen. So all the stomach and the intestine and all of that is kind of nicely self-massage. That helps to activate the abdominal muscles. Then, of course, you have this other thing called rebounding, or basically it's like jumping up and down. So that helps to also move your gut organs and it helps to activate them. Then the other thing which is very important is twisting. You must have seen people twist their, hips and body, and, especially the area around the abdomen. So that helps, the Surya Namaskar, which is the thing, I'm sure you must have heard of it or seen it at least once. The first thing is to bend down. You have to bend down and touch your toes, right? So that is the twisting that helps. And then, of course, various types of physical activity. You can do so many physical activity that we would like you to do in the future that helps with this activation of the lymphatic systems. Now, these are the 6 postures that we would like you to follow from yoga for the beginners. And this is more like a thing where, it's like going closer to the nature. When we as humans started walking upright, we forgot how the animals used to walk, or how they used to, twist and, bring that body closer to nature. So these poses actually are mimicking some of the animals. So the first pose that we have here is Adho Mukha Shvana Asana. Shvana is dog. So it's also called the dog pose. And this pose is helping you to move your body up and stretch, and the spine and the hands and the legs. It's an overall stretch exercise, if you ask me. And it is part of the 12 exercises in the Surya Namaskar. So this is actually very good for your spine. And there is something called Muladhara Chakra, which is the main chakra. It is in the right near above your genitals. It's like right the first chakra, the spine. It's right below the spine. That chakra is to be activated, and that is very important chakra. What does it do? It is basically it's residing at an area where there's a lot of nerves. It's called the hypogastric plexus. And what it is it's a network of nerves which actually help with excreting, urination, reproduction, menstruation, and mainly the gut, the peristaltic movement of gut, and all the gut related activities. So this Muladhara Chakra is right below the spine, and it is actually activated with all these exercises. And it helps you to have a better gut health, I would say, gut related health. So that's why we are showing these 6 poses. So the first pose is dog pose. The second pose is Bhujangasana. It's like a cobra pose. And there you also are, you need lung capacity, and you need to take in a lot of oxygen to do all the exercises and, to do further yoga. So this Bhujangasana actually helps you to build your lung capacity. And Dhanurasana is again the one that activates that Muladhara Chakra. It's like a bow. If you see the diagram, it's like a bow, and it really helps to activate that chakra. Vajrasana is a thunderbolt pose where you sit upright, straight, and it's usually done after food for better digestion. So this is done after food, recommended after food. And Naukasana again is good for your abdomen. How many times have you done crunches, right? I have done all these poses, and I feel that the Naukasana is the best for abdominal crunch. You just hold on to that leg and that abdominal crunch, and that's very good for your abdomen muscles. And then, of course, your Marjara Asana, that is the cat pose. And I'm sure you must have seen this in many, channel, videos where you basically try to pull your spine up and then push it down like a cat, and a cat tries to stretch itself. You can imitate the cat. So this also helps you with the spine. So all these 6 asanas are very good for you for rejuvenation of your gut. Now, would like to say that apart from these beginners exercises and all that, rigorous activities is also very important. You can do running, cycling, sports, athletics, but make sure that you do it in a controlled fashion. You don't overdo anything and stretch your muscles or anything, and always have a habit of doing breathing. So you try to incorporate that pranayama in your daily yoga morning ritual. and also the beginners yogic exercises that can start you on this health journey. Well, you must be having this question, right? I used to have it, whether I need to drink water during exercise, or is it okay? When do I need to drink water? Because hydration is very important. When you exercise, you feel so thirsty, right? So the myth is, of course, that, oh, you should not drink water before, during, and after exercise. And I would say that that is not true. Okay. You need to hydrate your body. Now, as a runner, I'm a runner and a marathoner. And all my advice that I've got is that you have to continuously hydrate your body. You cannot hydrate your body like one day before the marathon. So what is the practice? The practice is to keep drinking water daily on a regular basis, a good amount of water. But before you exercise, you need to drink at least 200 to 300 milliliters of water 2 to 3 hours before exercise, and 100 to 200 milliliter of water 10 to minutes prior to exercise. But the goal is to keep it hydrated. So please remember to drink water every day, because over the time is when the body keeps the water in. And during exercises, of course, just have sips of water. So when I run, I just have a sip. No, I put it in my mouth, and then I just slowly drink it up. And then after exercise, it's very crucial to replenish the fluids that are gone. You sweat, or the body takes up all this water for its own energy when it wants to exercise. So you need to hydrate. Recently, I did a big marathon, and I was drinking water, and still I was not urinating as much. So I used to wonder why. That's because the body is dry. It needs that water. So please remember to drink plenty of water. Now, the other question that you might be having is, can you walk immediately after meals? Like a lot of doctors and a lot of health nutritionists and all, they will say, okay, walk after meals, right? So can you walk immediately after meals? So the question again is, yes, you need to walk, but you need to not run or do vigorous exercises. So why walking is very important? Again, it moves your gut, your organs and things like that. So improved walking will help you to stimulate the digestion in the gut organs, and then it helps better blood sugar control, because you help to regulate the sugar levels. It doesn't go and spike your sugar in the blood. And then it helps healthy weight, reduces heartburn and any acid in digestion and things like that. And then also helps to regulate mood. So have you ever thought of that? I mean, have you ever thought that after exercise, you're so happy and you're so nice, you feel so energetic? So why is that? Have you ever wondered that you feel happy when you exercise? There is a reason, a scientific reason behind that. And that is because there are so many chemicals that are released in the body after exercising. Say endorphins, they are the painkillers, the mood boosters, the serotonins, the neurotransmitters that gives mood, happy, appetite, and good sleep. And dopamine, of course, is like a reward. Pleasure, engaging, right? You feel so happy. And then the norepinephrine. What are they? They're the hormones that helps to reduce the stress. So all of these, you'll feel so happy after exercise. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, I run and I feel happy when I'm running, and I actually bring happiness and positive attitude into work, into personal life. Now, there's another thing that you should know, that when you sleep on the left side of your body, it helps with the gut. Now, there is a saying in Ayurveda that says Vama Kukshi. It means that you have to sleep on the left side. And why is that? Why is that important? So if you look at it, it helps with, when you sleep on the left side, the stomach and the intestine and everything comes up to the same line. And it's easier for the acid to flow into the, intestine, and there is no heartburn as well. And then you feel like there is a digestive tract is working very well. And also you have this lymphatic drainage that removes the toxins and the waste, that also happens easily. And this is useful for everyone. And usually when I was pregnant, I used to be advised to sleep on the left. but I think this is an important one for your gut as well, to ensure that you lie on your left. Now, what are the other good things that we would like you to have, takeaways is when you start your exercise regimen, try to wear the right kind of footwear, because you don't want to, because feet is very important for you, because it helps you to walk, it helps you to do the exercises. So make sure you wear the right kind of footwear. You look for a good fit, something that breathes, the sweat and everything, a good cloth that you can wear. It's very loose on you, it's not too tight. And then, of course, you can ask advice from trainers and peers or seniors on how to do this the right way, because doing the wrong way can bother you. You might have some muscle cramp and things like that. Even dehydration helps you. It actually gives you a cramp. So regularly exercise, regularity is more important. How much you do more, how rigorous you do is not important. How regularly you do, consistently, even if it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, but do it consistently, at least in the morning time or in the evening, whenever you feel like it, but do it consistently, and do not sit for more than 10 to 20 minutes. That's the thing. You can even do it at work. You can just walk, and at work when you're taking a meeting call. And look for right partners, because the association and the social appreciation and the camaraderie you get from working with people and the right partners is always great. People with underlying conditions should always go to a doctor and ask whether they can do this or not, and do not overdo anything. And then, as I said, start with breathing exercises and the beginners exercises that I mentioned, and slowly advance to higher level exercises. And as I said, what you should do, 5 things when you start from today. Sit with proper posture. Take advantage of your breaks. Move around. Set an alarm. Do not sit. Okay, it says do not sit more than 1 hour. Okay, move for 5 minutes in the morning or the night. Make sure you stretch and move your joints, and sitting and standing always works at work. And what is the end result? You're going to be healthy, you're going to have a very good gut, and you're going to make a reel of practicing one of these suggested yoga or exercise and post it. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vidya, for sharing the very valuable insight, the importance of exercise and yoga, basically in the gut reset phase. So let me see. Okay. So meanwhile, before the
I can actually go back to a slide where I can talk a little more on this, so people can actually look at the exercises, because the yoga is very important. So let me just explain while we have time here to just as a last takeaway on these 6 different yoga postures, because I've done this myself. The dog pose, actually you need to pull yourself up from the ground and push yourself with your hands, and you will learn more about it from the exercise session. But what it helps is, it helps you to stretch your legs, your spine, and your back muscle, the upper back, and then your hands as well. So it actually is an overall stretch pose, and I would recommend it to try anytime whenever you feel like it, because this really helps you to stretch. The second one is a Bhujangasana, which is the cobra pose. This actually is very good for your lungs and stretches your the upper body, the front of the body. And what it does is, you just lie down on the ground, and then you put your hands in front of you, and then slowly try to lift the front portion of your body, and then you try to look up, heads up, so that you can breathe in more of air. So that's Bhujangasana. You can even push yourself so that you can stand on your hands. The third one is the Dhanurasana. There again, you lie down on your stomach and then you try to hold your legs with your hands. Now, if you can't hold on as the way the pose shows here, you can at least try and hold the thighs, maybe the calf muscles or even the near to the knee, so that you don't have to stretch all the way to the toe. So that's something, and you can even rock on the Dhanurasana. If people are very good in stretching, you can start rocking on the Dhanurasana. That really helps to massage your abdomen area, and it really helps with the gut. Then, of course, is the Vajrasana. And Vajrasana is usually practiced, if you notice, a lot of Japanese practice this Vajrasana. They just sit using this Vajrasana, right? So what it helps is, it helps you with getting your digestion better, all the organs, the blood supply. So that is where you should sit upright. You need to sit with your knees bent, and you should have your legs closer to your buttocks, and then you just sit there straight up and you hold on, as much as you can. That helps with the blood flow and the digestion. And then, of course, you have the Navukasana, which is the boat pose. This is a very nice pose when it comes to abdominal stretch and abdominal muscles, because as you do the crunches, you're trying to, bring the abdominal muscles to work. So in Navukasana, the best thing is to sit upright this way, and then try slowly lift your legs. And if you can't hold on to the legs, of course, you can, try and reach out with your hands and hold it on as much as you can. You don't have to go up like this diagram. You can also keep your legs a little low. But the idea is to keep your upper body up and your lower body up. You're only sitting on your bottom. So that helps with the abdominal stretch. And then, of course, the last one is the Marjara Asana. Now, that's cat pose. If anybody has ever seen this, it's more about stretching your spine. So you go on your four, like your legs and your hands, like here. And then you try to, first you're in a plane, and then slowly lift your spine up. So you bend it, and then stretch your shoulders. And then afterwards, again, you put it down also. You try to have a semicircle, that also is important. So you do the opposite of what you do. So you push up and then you push down. And that is the cat pose. So that helps with your spine and all of that, nerves and everything that activates. So these are definitely some of the very good exercises. And then, of course, pranayama and breathing exercises, where you try and breathe with your left and the right nostril. I'm sure there's another session on just yoga and pranayama, but these are the exercises that we recommend for the gut and the gut reset. Right? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vidya. Again, summarizing the benefit of yoga and different poses, benefit of cycling, running, right, stretching,
Yes.
everything.
Yes. And then, of course, the hip flexing, like you need to ensure that you twist and turn. So the other one that we talked about is this. Think about these also. Breathing, you're doing the abdominal massage, or you do the yoga postures. Then you do the jumping, the sprint jumping, the rebounding. Then you have the twisting and the rotational movements that helps you to bring blood circulation better. I do usually the twisting with my, the different joints, and then the legs, and also the hips, and, the different stretches that you do. And then, of course, the various physical activities based on your comfort. You can try and start. As a runner, I'm telling you this, I did not start and become a runner in a day. It took me a while, many years, to become a runner. So I initially used to just walk, and then I would just run and walk. And then now, with the pace and the training, I'm able to run. So I was able to run. I'm aged 50 now. I just finished the 42K, which is 42 kilometers. When I can do it, I'm sure many people can do it. So there is no age for exercise and yoga. So I would say start today with all the enthusiasm you can have, because it's going to benefit you in multiples with the health that you get with all the exercise. And
Okay, I have a question. So you basically talk about sleeping on the left side, right?
yes.
So
Yes. Let me go to that slide. Yes. So it actually helps with, yeah, please go ahead with your question.
yeah, so just to have some 2 or 3 points so that people can remember what are the two main.
Sure. So let me tell you, the three main things, of course, is that when you sleep on the left side, your gut organs are actually lined up. The stomach and the intestine, everything are lined up. So it's easy for the movement of food and waste from the digestive tract, and, smoother digestion and, all of that. Now, apart from that, the acid reflux, the flowing back into the thing doesn't happen. So you kind of like it flows in, and there's a less likelihood of acid reflux and heartburn. Then, of course, there is a better lymphatic drainage. Now, lymphatic drainage is very important to remove these toxins and waste from the body. So this actually helps with all of these. So it's always good to do that. In Ayurveda, this is called Vama Kukshi. So it is also written in Ayurveda that you need to do that. And so this is the best way. It's easy to do. And you should not sleep immediately after food. As I said, you should do this 100 steps. Have this 100 steps. In Ayurveda, there's something else called Shatapavali. It is called 100 steps. You have to at least remember that you do at least 100 steps after eating, and then you go around the room, and then you get to sleep. Don't sleep immediately after food in the night, for example, and sleep on your left side. So these are some tips again on how you can help with your exercise regimen.
So
and the wearing
thank
the
you so much once again, Doctor. And you also talk about some happy hormones. So now it's actually a time to release some happy hormones, right? And
Yes.
basically it means a exercise time. So
Yes.
please welcome our fitness expert, Meenal
Okay.
Pathak, on our virtual stage. Thank you.
This topic. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. A very warm welcome to today's session. So let's get started. We'll start with on the mat warm-up moves. So you can be bare feet and easily stretch into your, comfortable athleisure wear. You can wear anything which you feel comfortable with, but just make sure it allows you the freedom of the movement. So let's get started. We'll sit comfortably in Asukha Asana. And before we begin it, I want you all to set the intention for your workout. So even if you are not doing something which is yoga, but you're doing maybe running or jogging or any workout you're doing, do set the right intention about your workouts. Like, that you're literally looking forward to it. So it changes the whole way your body perceives a workout. So, if you begin your workouts with a feel like, oh, wow, I'm going to rock today. I'm going to do this in my workout. Or you do a feeling like, oh, I'm feeling so drowsy. I'm not feeling like working out. So it changes the whole way in which your body perceives your workout. Okay. So always begin your workouts with like a big smile, even if you're not feeling like it. But send this message that you are all set for those, workouts, and creating that beautiful, flow of blood and the lymphatic system and beautiful way of, initiating your hormones inside. So let's start. Anybody who has a problem sitting on the mat and doing the workouts is primarily a problem that your tailbone is hitting and you don't feel comfortable with the very idea. So just raise your level a little with the hips in comparison to everything else. Means when you're sitting straight, and if you realize you're not able to sit straight, your tailbone doesn't sit right with the hard floor or the back. What you need to do is you're going to raise this platform, and it will be all comfortable. Your sits bones have to be little raised in comparison to the rest of you. So even if it is a Sukhasana and you realize that Sukhasana creates a problem for you, so your hips will be slightly raised in comparison to your legs. And this will give you a complete sense of comfort. Just try it once. So we'll start with nice deep inhale and exhale. And like I always say, diaphragmatic breathing. This is the most simplest and the best way to get your entire digestive system initiated and also relaxed. You know, a lot of fat and lot of undigested food due to the stress gets deposited here. So to combat that cortisol and all that, the easiest way is deep and relax. So let's do it with me. A nice deep inhale. This Gyan Mudra is, it's just out of, even if I'm sitting normally, I'm not doing anything, then also my hands fall into Gyan Mudra. So if you feel comfortable with it, you can do it. Otherwise, you can just leave your hands on the knees or just leave your palms open. So it's just that Gyan Mudra is basically a mudra which helps with the concentration, release of the mind foam. So just a great habit to have in case you can. Yeah? A nice deep inhale. As you inhale, you'll expand your belly out. And as you exhale, your navel has to be squeezed in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll start with the basic warm-up. Try not lifting your knees up. As you inhale, lengthen your hand. And then as you exhale, you're going to stretch to the side. Right from your obliques to the core. Again, inhale center and then exhale to the side. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale center. Exhale side. Calm down your entire system. Relax. Stretch. Rejuvenate. Try not falling forward. Try not pushing yourself back. Stay centered here as you move. And then again, inhale up. And then exhale side. This time, as you inhale, you lift yourself up. As you exhale, you're going to twist. Twist to the side. Inhale center. And then exhale and twist to the side. Make yourself completely parallel to the sides. Again, inhale center. And exhale to the side. Simplest of the poses. And best of the results. And back to center. Always remember that most simplest of the poses that you will do will actually give you best of the results. Yeah, because you are able to consistently follow them up. Let's do another warm-up pose for the spine. Make sure that whenever you're doing these movements, you are tucking it right from the core and you're not moving it from the upper body. So squeezing your core muscles in, lengthening your spine. Your palms right under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. You're going to inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. See, I'm doing a full deep inhale and exhale, but still I'm not moving it with my spine. Yeah, exactly. This has to stay, and now we'll start stretching the spine. So inhale, full stretch, lengthen and up. And then exhale. Again, inhale. lengthen out, look up, stretch. Exhale. Just like in the Bhujangasana or the Cobra pose, I told you that your shoulders will never scrunch up. Same holds here as well in the cow and a cat pose. Means when you are inhaling, you are not scrunching, you're lifting, okay? So when you're going up, it is not a movement in which you will do this. It is exactly a movement in which your shoulders are rolled back, your chest is nicely lifted and you roll up. Okay, so still the center of your gravity, your core, your powerhouse stays the movement center. But when you are lifting up, you're not lifting up with the shoulders, you're rising up. Yeah, and when you are exhaling, feel as if there is this thread which is tied on the top, and then you squeeze, and then you exhale, and then you lengthen, navel tucked in, full exhale, as deep as possible, and then inhale, 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 lengthen with that inhale. Again that exhale. So this is how slow the process has to be. You must have seen people pulling it in and out very fast. So if you have any kind of a pain around your hips, around your lower lumbar spine, you can always do the movement. Okay, you're never told that you cannot do the movement, but just do the very precise movement with a lot of caution. This movement in itself will heal your spine. It will teach you the movement of the spine with the core, and that too with the breath first. So this is like exhale, and this is like inhale. So this is very helpful. But if you do it very fast, not mindful, not watching your breath and understanding the muscles, then yes, it can, hurt your spine. So there is always a way of doing an exercise in which it becomes more helpful and which becomes something which heals you. And nothing heals your body more than a movement and the right nutrition. Best ways to heal. Yeah. Okay. Let's come down to the next pose, which is a Vajrasana. And like I always say, it's absolutely okay to use your props. So your right big toe over your left big toe, and then sit nice and tall. If this is a little difficult, it's perfectly fine. What you can do is you can wedge in a cushion right here over and then sit nice. The idea is to again squeeze your core muscles in, lengthen with that spine. Squeeze and lengthen with that spine. Again, we'll sit for a few minutes, and anybody who finds discomfort in this pose, it's perfectly fine. You can avoid doing this pose, and just by simply sitting with open legs, if it is possible, you just open your legs slightly and then sit nice and tall. Here also, if you feel that it's difficult to sit, you can have a cushion in. Yeah, try any of these. Again, the movements, the idea is same, that you get the blood flow directed to your core muscles. Yeah, let's come down to the Bhujangasana now. All these poses are very simple, very basic, and in fact, most beginner poses, but to them also there are various variations. You can easily pick on the variation which you feel comfortable. Cobra pose, your toes extended out, your glutes engaged. Again, this is also a pose which we recommend in a, if you have pains in your body to start with. But again, slowly taking control of your muscles, understanding how your body is moving. So it's perfectly fine if you want to just rise up till here. Yeah, you feel comfortable till here, you rise up. And then you get that. But squeezing the right muscles, glutes, core, lengthen that spine, squeeze and lift. So this is also okay, this is also okay, and this is also okay. As long as you are listening to your body and you are understanding which motion is perfectly fine, that's where you're going to do it. Okay, relax for a second. Long deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And rise up this time. Squeeze. Engage. Lengthen and look up. From here, you'll exhale. Tuck your toes in. Lengthen that spine. Ardha Moksha Shavasana, we also call it downward dog. So if you feel that your heels are not touching the mat, it's perfectly fine. You can keep your heels lifted also. We call this walking the dog. So in and out, in and out. So you're going to give full stretch right from your glutes to your calf muscles. There has to be a full stretch to all the muscles as you go down and up. So lengthen it, like in and out, in and out, in and out. Again, instead of curving your spine, you'll hinge it right from the hips. Hinge it right from the hips and go low. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly getting back to the mat. 5. Simple. So this combination of Bhujangasana, Cobra pose, and a downward dog is very effective. You see, in the Bhujangasana, we're doing opposite, like the back bending, and again in the downward dog, we are lengthening our spine with all the blood flowing down to the brain. Yeah. So one is a back movement, one is a front movement, but both are helpful in strengthening and lengthening your spine. Getting down to the mat. Here is the Setu Bandh Sarvangasana, as we call it, the bridge pose. Again, a very beautiful pose in which again you understand the movement of the core. All these asanas are actually initiating your digestive file. They are initiating and getting all your muscles around your core engaged. Yeah. So take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to rise up. When you are rising up, you're not pushing your rib cage out. You're not flaring up your body. In fact, you are engaging your body and hold. So nowadays, what happens is hold it here. We'll hold it for a minute. Yeah. Lengthen. Feel that burn right here in your glutes and the quads. Tap the core in. Keep breathing in. When you are inhaling, this goes out. And then when you are exhaling, this goes further in. Exhale. Deeper. Deeper. Target your deep abdominis muscle as deep as possible. We call them transverse abdominis. Deeper. And then as you exhale, deeper towards the curve. Yeah. And now inhale. Exhale. Deeper. Further up. And then inhale. Exhale. Yeah, like that. So what happens nowadays, post-pregnancy or, post your losing weight or your losing weight journey, we are not understanding the power of the core and we are doing a lot of crunches, a lot of movements in which you are not engaging your core right. So that's why you started hearing so many cases of diastole recti in which you have the separation of your abdominal muscles, like both the abdominal muscles part, it opens up and they're not able to finally go back to its original position because while they are still separated and hold the bridge, while they are still separated, the idea is that in the center, you have to give them the position to come back. So this movement is the movement of coming back. But while they're still separated, we do exercises like crunches and a lot of other movements which further increases the intensity and the pressure. So they further separates. And you must have heard of the abdominal hernia nowadays. So please give yourself love. Relax down to the mat. Give yourself love and give yourself time to heal and recover. There is no race. Okay, and this body, which is a temple in which you're going to live for your whole life, do not use it as a means to win some race. Use it as a means to live happily with all the happiness, all the nutrition, wellness. Your body has to be such that you are happy living in it. You have energy, you have passion to carry out your daily activities. You feel energetic the whole day. That's exactly what fitness is about. Yeah. So do not starve. Do not push yourself on the brinks of the workouts where your body is kind of breaking down. Rather, do the movements which make you feel good about yourself. Let's move on to the next asana from here. We're going to understand that while we do the forward bending poses or the poses in which we are holding our core, how can we do it if we have a spine pain? First movement is lifting your knees. This. When you lift your legs up in a perpendicular motion, you support your spine because this way each and every vertebrae is aligned on the mat. There is no gap and all the muscles are engaged. Now, wherever you are rising up and holding, your spine is, every vertebra is on the mat, your spine is absolutely safe. You have to now ensure that your chin is tucked down to the mat, chin is tucked down to the chest, so that your cervical spine is also engaged and relaxed. Okay, so chin tucked to the chest and your eyes are to the legs. This simple. And the first step in doing the Noka Asana, Navasana, or a boat pose, जिसमें आप अपनी core, you're squeezing your core muscles entirely and holding. So if you have a spine pain and you cannot lift off the mat, this version is what you will be doing. Simple, squeeze, core, and lift. It looks very simple, but when you start doing it, it will actually kill you with your core muscles. Yeah, this is the first variation. In the second variation, you let your legs go down. Tap your heels in the mat. So this is a more, idea of doing a negative Nokasana. So generally, you will see that every time we are on the mat and we rise up. So now, if you are not able to rise up and hold into a Nokasana, what you will do is you will first dig your heels in. Your knees will not fall in. Your knees will always be in line with your hips. So your feet, your knees, your hips, always aligned at the same time. Yeah, your core muscles have to be engaged. Squeeze it here. Now, a negative movement means that instead of rising up from the mat, we'll actually go down. So yeah, here's the negative. So instead of rising up, you're going down. This is the second variation. If this is also doable and you can do it, then comes the third variation, which is a full Nokas. So you actually lift your legs up. There also, it's like a lifting of the legs, but two ways. One in which you can keep your knees soft, and one in which you can lengthen your legs out. So knees soft is this, lengthen of the legs is this. So you can pick any of these poses as per your own comfort level. So we'll hold it for at least 30 seconds to give you the flavor. Flavor of the core and hold. Okay, but still, if you think it's a little too much for you, please listen to your body and do the range which is comfortable as of now. Slowly we'll progress there. Yeah, so here we go. Squeeze, lift, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it from the core. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After doing any movement which is actually targeting your core, always get down back to the mat. Stretch, engage, lengthen your spine. If you feel this has kind of brought any pressure to your lower lumbar spine, just release it by doing a spinal twist. You want to squeeze your knees one over the other or just like whichever feels more comfortable. Stretch it to the side and lengthen. So your knees folded to one side, full stretch, and get your face to the other side. And hold. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale back. To the other side, squeeze. Lengthen your legs to one side and face to the other side. Inhale and exhale. You can also stretch it further by pressing your knee over to the mat and bring that length to your spine. Again, back to the center. Just like the way we did the Noka Asana or a boat pose in which we are folding forward, we have a Dhanur Asana or a bow pose in which we are folding back. Okay. So if you are a beginner, you might find it a little difficult. So again, I'm going to give you a very basic variation in which when you are pulling up, you're not pulling your knees further or closer. You are actually lifting it up. Plus, understand the movement is not about rising or pulling through the shoulders. It is about engaging the core and opening up. Yeah, so I'll just show you the front thing because most of the time people hold and squeeze like this. You have to show, these shoulders have to be rolled back and your chest has to be nicely lifted up as you move up. Okay, so you are here, tucking your core in, hold through the center of your feet. Hold through the center of your feet, squeeze. Now the movement is not about pulling it in. Movement is opening. So you open up on the power of the core and you see my shoulders rolled back, chest lifted. That's exactly how you hold. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The idea also is to lift it right from the thighs. And I know it's like for a beginner, this is a little difficult. So I just touch down on it for understanding that the opposite movement from the movement in which we have this closing. Yeah. So let's just relax here. I want you all to squeeze your feet together and push your bums out. Relax with your both the palms forward, forehead down. Again, child pose is very calming, but if you think that it is bringing any length and a stretch to your lower lumbar spine or to your calves here, same way, okay? Keep a cushion squeezing. So this will give a height also to your hips. So if you are not able to stretch it otherwise, you're going to squeeze and lengthen. So it gives that height and then you can easily go down and hold. We're going to lengthen our spine here and take 2 deep inhales and exhales. Relax up. Just get one with that breath and feel the lightness of your physical body. and align with the breath. So feel the lightness of the breath, and along with it, feel the lightness of your physical body. And then slowly rise up, rubbing your both the palms over to your eyes. Feel good about this practice which you actually are able to follow today. And I always tell this, that once you are a beginner and you're trying to get that routine, always remember this feel, how you felt after your movement and after your workout. This is how you slowly get into this habit. So remember the way, okay, if you don't work out, and then remember this feel, that post workout, how you feel, okay? And for the love of this post workout vibes and feel, keep getting back, till such time that it becomes such a deeply engrossed habit that you cannot survive without your workouts. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you again. Till then, take care and have a great weekend. Relax and rejuvenate.
Thank you so much, Meenal. And as we wrap up today's session, thank you all for joining us. We will see you tomorrow for more exciting discoveries. Wishing you all a happy and healthy Sunday. Thank you.